Welcome, everybody, to our Planning and Heritage Committee meeting, Friday, May 23rd. I just want to send along regrets from Councillor McCabe. She was unable to attend today. And we have our manager, Donna Miller-Ayton, is on the line today. So I'll call the meeting to order. Do we have any declaration of conflicts? Seeing none, an approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Beck, seconded by His Worship. Thank you. Any adoption of the minutes from our last meeting on Tuesday, April 1? Moved by Councillor Beck, seconded by His Worship. Any business arising from those minutes?
Just a question.
Yes.
Yeah, just a question, Madam Chair. Last time on April 1st, we outlined the work plan. I don't know who to address this to, Mike or Donna. Weeks 3 to 4, weeks 5 to 8, weeks 9 to 11, etc. Where are we on that? I mean, this is from April 1st. We're now May, 22nd. Do we have any idea where we are with that 25-week work plan? What stage we're at?
So Mike or Donna, if you guys could answer that, and if you can't right now, maybe bring it forward to our next Planning and Heritage
that's
Committee.
fine.
Yeah,
That's fine too.
Whatever works, but if you two can take a go at it, have at it.
So thank you, Madam Chair, through to Councillor Beck. Is this on the patio bylaw update?
This is on the patio bylaw for
Yeah.
we were talking.
Yes. Yeah.
And merging the
Yeah.
bylaws and patios, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what we've done is we've done an internal review of the document, and it's now with the police services for their review, and we are about to have a meeting to discuss the updates that has been included so far. And if you want, we can provide further context and update at the next committee meeting as well.
Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of looking week 9/11, it says we'll move to a public consultation to get stakeholders and people who are intimately involved and directed. I'm just kind of looking for what stage of this cycle we're at. Are we at week 3, 4, or are we at week 13 to 17? That's kind of what I was looking for, just to have an understanding of how far we're along on that process.
We will provide a further update at the next committee meeting, as there was some delays because the staff members who were looking at this, they were on some leave. So we will provide further details in the coming weeks.
Yep. Thank you, Donna.
So, Madam Chair, just to follow up on that, could you also give an update at the next meeting on how many STRs are now in the queue? I know we had, at the last meeting, Donna, it was at 110. Last year at this time was 215, just tracking that. And the other issue, I thought I did mention it at the last meeting, where are we at with the bog, Sam Martin, historic property, interpretive panels? We can just ask for that, an update on the next meeting, Donna? Through the chair to Donna?
So through the chair to
Philip.
His Worship. So in terms of the STRs, we've now done 172 permits have been issued so far, and we have a few more that's waiting review and approval.
Thank you.
In terms of the bog,
Before you move on to the POG, are you able to differentiate between the legal non-conforming STRs and the permitted use ones?
we are still around the average of having the principal residence, being outweighed or outpacing the legal non-conforming. So the legal non-conforming would be just around 40% of the overall listing that has been approved.
Thank you. 40%.
40% is the legal non-conforming? 40%. Yeah. So if there's 172, then I guess it's what, 75? My quick math.
60, yeah, it's below.
Great. And moving on to the bog for his
Just,
worship.
look, she can just bring it up at the next meeting. I know you want to get going, so Donna, I can leave it through the chair. Donna, I can leave it till the next meeting, I'm just doing,
It's just-
I'm doing Lori and I and some friends are doing a site visit up the bog tomorrow with the Prince Edward Island Museum and Foundation tour guides.
Okay, just to say quickly, through you, Madam Chair, to His Worship, that we did meet with Matthew McRae, sorry, the Executive Director of PEI Museum and Heritage Foundation, and we will meet once again once he has more news regarding the proposed monument that they're thinking of putting up to honor the residents of the bog. And we should also comment that the bog tours are now operational and that the staff here will be taking a trip to see what the tour is about and to see how we can be collaborative in any efforts to make it better or to see how we can be a part of that going forward.
And Madam Chair, I'll take some notes tomorrow.
Perfect. Okay, so moving on to our one and only report discussion here today, and it's the rescoping proposal for the finalization of the city's official plan. And I'll turn that over to either Donna or Mike. I'm not sure who is discussing this today. Oh, it is Mike. All right, Director Mike, over to you.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Actually, I was deferring to Donna, but I'm happy to take it. So the report in front of you on page 7 is regarding effectively a scope change on the city's official plan work. So with some of the updates that are required following the public meeting, staff and the consulting team have been working hard to try and encompass all of those all that valuable feedback into the final document for a final review by council. With some of those changes, we do need some additional budget to finish the work with the consulting team. So at this time, we're recommending that the Planning and Heritage Committee recommends that council approve the proposed phasing plan to finalize the city's official plan. And so the final amount for that scope change is $26,907.50 inclusive of HST.
Great, thank you. Any questions from the committee? Okay, moved by His Worship, seconded by Councillor Beck. So resolution's on the floor to move this on to council. Any questions on the
Yes.
resolution? Go ahead,
So-
Your Worship.
Michael or Donna, where the plan is to complete the official plan, get it accepted by council, and keep moving with the zoning and development bylaw amendments, correct? Just trying to get clarity.
Through the chair,
Sometimes
that's
they do it both, like in Summerside, they did both, but we're doing 1, 2, correct?
through the chair, that's correct. I mean, we're in a situation now where we have 2 projects running in parallel. As committee knows, we've already started the work on the zoning and development bylaw. We've gone through, really 2 rounds of engagement at this point. We do have the active survey out until, I believe, the end of this month. And there will be more public engagement to follow. I know the engagement online has been a lot stronger over the past number of weeks. Unfortunately, we got caught with some really fantastic weather during our last round of in-person engagement, but had some really great conversations with members of the community. But I guess just circling back to the question, we are continuing to work on the zoning and development bylaw, which we're working towards a completion date of this fall. And in the meantime, making these final changes on the official plan so that council can consider that in the coming month.
Madam Chair, can I go beyond 2 questions, please? So the second question is, the official plan, again, lays out that big vision for the city. And again, discussing this with some of the residents who live downtown near the waterfront, and I know the waterfront zone was put in place back in 2018. Does that affect is that part of the official plan, the development throughout, including the waterfront zone, Michael? Or maybe I'm digging into the weeds? Madam Chair, to Michael.
Again, through the chair, that's a great question, and I think it's good to clarify that, again, the official plan is that policy framework, so we're not actually into the, the nitty-gritty, the details on the development regulations. That part is taking place with the zoning and development bylaw review, which will outline, exactly how development takes place within that policy framework. So for the development community, for residents that want to know what can happen on, any property within the community, those rules will be set out in the zoning and development bylaw.
And Madam Chair, the reason I bring it up, I just wanted to get it on the public record. When you speak to residents or citizens of Charlottetown, they think, well, that's your view, but you're the master planner. I keep referring to you as a master planner, and as a master planner and working with Donna on this official plan, that is the official direction for our official plan. Just a second question, or third question, Michael, it deals with the, we're all, three of us right here, Councillor Ramsey, we're going to the FCM in Ottawa, and Councillor Kevin Duguay from Peterborough would like to meet with us to talk about what they're doing for their the half and that one property, 4 units, and how they're adapting that to their jurisdiction. And he said it'll be a very good conversation for us to see what we, we're only seeing images, but they're actually doing on the ground work. And I think that's going to be beneficial to us. So when do we plan to do the Halifax trip? Is that off the rail, Madam Chair? I know it does. It's a second part of what we're doing here.
So just given the timelines, we saw it just wasn't going to happen before FCM, but it is planned for, the next couple of weeks after FCM is over, and that's kind of the plan, and hoping that we can get as many councillors able to come on the road trip. Great. Okay.
Yeah, through the chair, I would just add that, this is a learning process for both council and staff, and part of working through this project is understanding how other communities are handling similar challenges. Obviously, the intent of this project is to come up with a made-in-Charlottetown solution. We're not going to parachute any housing solutions from other communities into Charlottetown, expecting them to work exactly how they've worked elsewhere. We need to adapt to that local context, and that's why the public engagement process is so important. We're out there having conversations with folks that are, interested in, development or how their community is being shaped with the built environment, and it's important for us to have those conversations to understand what's important to folks and how development can best fit into their neighborhoods and into the community at large.
Great. Any other questions? So we call the question. All those in favor of moving this on?
Sorry, just one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
So with this, this will be, this is just O2 and Uplands. It's the same staff doing the work, and it's just basically we're committing the money to say, go to it, add this onto the workload that's already there.
Through the chair, that's correct. Donna's team has been working very hard with the consulting team to facilitate all this work. I know, Donna's been on this file since she started with the city. I can't thank her enough for all of her efforts, and we're very excited to try and get this to council for consideration.
Wonderful. So all those in favor of moving this? Go
again,
ahead.
just before
Councillor Beck, no rush. You can ask as many
Similar to
questions as you want.
another councillor that I thought he lost his vote, but we had a revote. Can I just ask, Michael, and this came up yesterday when I was speaking to a resident of Gower Street. He was totally opposed to an apartment complex that was planned back in early 2000. So I spoke to him yesterday at McDonald's restaurant, and I said, have you seen a big change? And he said, no, it's actually less impactful than we were led to believe by elected officials. And I bring that up because I think could be parallel with this one unit, one property, 4 units. I think we just have to get that communication out there, that we're not going to be going down streets and roads with backhoes and excavators, tear down houses and build up, 4 townhouses, 5 townhouses. I think that's why, hopefully our discussion in Ottawa with our Councillor Kevin Duguay will give an opportunity to say, no, here's how it looks. Here's how we're doing it. And we can do it. We can do our own Charlottetown plan.
Through the chair, those are all great points. I recently shared an article, I believe, with the committee just talking about what communities have seen since the implementation of some of these regulatory changes brought forth by the Housing Accelerator Fund. Really what we're talking about here is encouraging a natural evolution of neighborhoods so that folks have the ability to reinvest and also offer a variety of housing types within those existing neighborhoods so that, folks can grow up in their neighborhood, age in place, and even offer new opportunities for, newcomers or even their children to move into a backyard accessory dwelling unit or a secondary suite. It's very important for us to have all those housing options available to contribute to the local economy and the labor force.
Just one last comment, Madam
No,
Chair.
no rush, you go ahead.
This
ask
is
what
it.
you
This is
want.
it. I'm not going to press the button again. Mike, so if we go back to October of last year, we got the extension to get the zoning development bylaw. We're kind of working in tandem. We do have 2 separate projects going. One is going to be finished before the other, but are we still on track to complete all that work with the end of October, early November deadline that we were looking at going back to the extension that we got last year? Is everything still going to fall into place, getting the OP approved and then the subsequent zoning and development bylaw changes?
Through the chair, some other great questions. Appreciate the opportunity to answer them. We actually just received the approval on the extension request. As you can imagine, throughout the election, everything has kind of been on hold. So that is now complete to my knowledge. So we have that in place. We are intending to move forward, like I said, for completion of the zoning and development bylaw this fall. The official plan, unfortunately, we've been delayed a little bit with some of these changes, but again, we want to make sure that we are receptive to all the really great feedback that we got at the last public meeting so that we can really take that local knowledge and implement it through our official plan. So, we're not going to rush to get it wrong, I guess is what I would say. We want to make sure that we're listening to the community and making sure that everyone has a chance to offer very important input. The zoning and development bylaw I would add is, one piece of the overall housing puzzle. So we have the official plan, which is that policy framework. We have the zoning and development bylaw, which is, the rules of the road on development. We're moving forward with the pre-approved housing initiative and the accessory dwelling unit incentive. So that will align with kind of that same timeline of completion of the zoning bylaw. And then additionally, a review of our heritage bylaw, which we've talked quite a bit about. So we need all these pieces to lay out that very clear expectation for development in the community so that the development community and residents understand what they're investing in and what the rules are moving forward.
Any other questions you find, folks? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, all right, well, thank you very much. Any introduction of new business? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn. Moved by His Worship, seconded by Councillor Buck. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody.